What's up, guys? It's Boy Adopt here. I know this was posted on the Destiny app and also the Bungie forums, but I figure that I'd just go ahead and cover this topic because I know that this update or hotfix or whatever that they plan on doing is more than likely going to be the weekly reset, which is today. It's Monday, so it's going to be happening tomorrow, and it just recaps on all the different nerfs and stuff that they did with the base damage on auto rifles got decreased by 2% and its effective range, pretty much meaning that it has a little more recoil when shooting at a farther distance, and then scout rifles got increased by 6%. The base damage of shotguns was decreased at maximum range, meaning it doesn't do so much damage at obviously at a certain range. But the big ones, again, like I talked about in that other video, was how the Mythoclast was nerfed. They said that on that they pretty much only said that it was nerfed by 34%. But in here they were saying that it's a trophy weapon. Okay, from the most challenging PvE activity in the game, you've braved the hardest challenges. We reward you with a weapon that outperforms the other primaries in your PvE arsenal. Nightfall Burn and Epic Skulls, not like pretty much saying that it was going to be the strongest primary for PvE, even without these extra damage boosters. And then they said Mythoclast should be a valid choice in PvP, but should not be the optimal choice. That's why they lowered its effectiveness. But it said, what I don't like in here is how it says Mythoclast Power Tail is long enough for players to rely on it in the raid. In the next raid, for a player and their group of 6 who beat Atheon on hard, we'd like the Mythoclast to be the weapon they continue to rely on in the next raid, Crota's End. Which, of course, for those of you who don't know, that's going to be the DLC, The Dark Below, that comes out in December. And that's where a lot of the activities are going to be on the moon. I know I think there's a couple that are going to be on the other planets, but it's mainly going to be on the moon. The part that I don't really get right here is, actually I think they edited it, because before it was saying that they were gonna, because they nerfed it in PV, or they nerfed it overall, but yet in here they actually said that they're pretty much we are adjusting the base damage on the Mythoclast. We are going to find a value that works for both PvP and PvE. So that probably means that for PvP they're gonna have it toned down a bit, but for PvE they're probably gonna keep it pretty beneficial, because I mean, again, it is a PvE weapon that you get from doing the hardest fucking thing in the game. So that's where I would have respect for it. But if they completely nerf it all the way around between PvE and PvP, that's where I'm going to be a little upset, especially with some of the stuff I'm going to tell you that's happening to the Vault of Glass. And then they're just saying that the changes will be really soon. And sorry, my my app just backed me out of the article thing. Son of a bitch. But no, they were talking about how with shit. All right, whatever. Fuck it. This app's pissing me off now. Alright, so like I talked in the other video, they nerfed the Templar areas to where the sniper spot areas, if you try and get up there, it turns into a turn-back zone, so you can't get up there. And then if you took the relic and tried to take it back into the spawn perch area, which was another really good way to cheese it when it came to hard mode, they made it to where if you tried to do that, it would just send the relic back to the middle of the map, and pretty much the person would have dropped it, but it would spawn back in the middle. So that makes it to where the Templar's a little difficult. Oh, actually, it's a lot more difficult, especially if you're doing it on hard mode. On normal, everybody can do it. It's really, really not that difficult on normal. But on hard mode, it's definitely going to raise the challenges to try and complete it. And it is going to really turn back into how it was when the raid first came out and nobody actually knew about these cheese spots. And just the struggle that people had, because now not only are they doing that, but they even said in here towards the bottom, I mean, I want to try and get a good quote instead of just free winging it, or yeah, fuck it. Okay, so what they did, they noticed that people were beating Atheon on hard way too easily, way too fast. So they said for Atheon, next week's hotfix is going to contain some fixes to the Atheon encounter. We've added baby bumpers to areas where players could knock Atheon out of the environment. Pretty much the warlock push, I guess you could call it, where you just take 2 warlocks. You could even do it with 1, but it's a lot easier with 2, where the AoE damage from your Void Walker or your Sun Singer grenades would sit there and he'd like try to avoid it, so he would like jump and back away from it, to where he'd eventually just pretty much commit suicide. He'd jump off the thing himself and kill himself, so you'd be able to beat Atheon literally within seconds. And then they said, knocking a boss off of a ledge is a bug. We will seek to address bugs like these as quickly as possible. So pretty much for people who really want to try the best chance at getting the Mythoclast, just seriously today, you really might want to like reap the benefit out of that and just party up as much as you can on all your characters and just push Atheon off and just grind it out, just shove his ass straight off the edge and get that Mythoclast, so that way you can be better prepared for the next raid. The encounter goal for Atheon is to act as a climax and a culmination of learning for a given raid group. Part of that is making sure that each player in your group can perform every job as required. Pretty much meaning, instead of like, oh, it's the final boss, here, you two, we're going to chill back here. You two run up there and just shove his ass off. Like, they don't want people to have rules like that. They want people to all participate with each other, again, like how the raid was at the beginning. That's pretty much it. After that, it talks about an organization and NAT types and connection settings, which it just talks about how, what was it, I think Zebra, I don't know, it was like 3 different things. I don't know. I gave up on giving a shit about the error codes, because for those of you who didn't know, like when they said that they patched the error code, I think it was Caterpillar or Anteater, one of those two. Even though they patched that error code for that very specific function, they pretty much just tweaked something in it and they changed the name of it. That's all they really did. So you can have the same connection problem, maybe like one packet, if y'all know computer language, 1 packet difference, and it's a completely different name, but it's fucking stupid. But anyway, yeah, guys, this nerf is really huge for those of you who are trying to do the Vault of Glass on hard, because obviously last week they took away the ability to cheese the Templar area, which in my opinion is actually the hardest part of the Vault of Glass. Some people would say that the Conflux part of Atheon is really hard, which, I mean, that is really hard too. But at least that's 1 conflux, and you can, it's really good to get a good rotation. Like if you get a good team, like that Atheon conflux is easy. But when you have to take 6 people and split them into groups of 2, when everything is level 30, and you have to put them on groups of 2, or however you want to do your little layout, like 4 on the left, 2 peek at the middle, and then 2 on the right that take on the right side. I mean, it's just all crazy, and it just, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, they are game developers and stuff, and they do have to look forward to making their game have lasting longevity, and not have all these exploits and stuff that make it to where everything is like the easiest thing on the fucking planet. But yeah, guys, sorry if because I actually wanted to show you guys here the last work, because one of my friends was like telling me about it. I think I had it in one of my other videos too, but God, exotics take forever to fucking upgrade. But anyway, yeah, guys, so Vault of Glass is like pretty much, I wouldn't say Vault of Glass isn't being nerfed, it's being corrected, okay? So yeah, you can't cheese the Templar anymore. After today, or aka early tomorrow morning, for us East Coast people, it's going to be 5 a.m. For West Coast, it's going to be 2 a.m. And I believe for the UK, you guys, let's see, you're about 5 hours ahead of me. So about 10 a.m. your time is when it's going to happen. So, yeah, definitely reap the benefit. I mean, granted, you can go ahead and do it this time tonight or whatever and kick them off the edge, and, I mean, you may not even get the Vex Mythoclast. But, you know what? At least this is your easiest chance to go ahead and get it, or even get the chance to get it. But yeah, guys, I really hope this better and helps inform you who don't really pay attention to the forums or don't really care for them, but are wondering what does get fixed. Again, like I've stated in previous videos, I've always wondered about like Call of Duty updates and what happens then, because they never really post up any patch notes or anything. So yeah, I'm glad I was able to get that to you guys. Sorry if it's a little last minute. I mean, I wasn't reading too far into it yesterday. It was actually last night that because when it came out, I read into it and I saw the weapons and stuff and the Mythoclast, and I didn't go all the way down. And then last night somebody told me something about Atheon, and I was like, what? So I went and I checked it, and I was like, holy shit. So yeah, guys. Definitely now more than ever after tonight, you guys really want to group up, stick with a group, get everyone's rules down and pat, and just really, really, really master the legit Vault of Glass. So until next time, guys, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter @Adoptionism. And until next time, guys, this has been your boy Adopt. Peace out.